So I'm walking here in Montreal, Quebec, one of my favorite cities I've ever visited. And I need to talk about a little ghostly experience I had. Now, normally when I go to visit a city, I like to look up the haunted spots before I go so I can go visit them, check them out. I didn't do that this time. I just came here for a few days, but I stumbled upon one of those haunted spots, and that it's a place a few kilometers from here. I'm on my way to Schwartz's Deli right now to have some of the best smoked meat in my life. I've had it once last time I was here, and oh man, I mean, you can't go wrong with the smoked meat sandwiches here. It's a lot like corned beef, but it's really a local recipe for it. And even when they're bad, they're good. I mean, there's a local chain of fast food. It's called La Belle Provence, and it's kind of just this crappy fast food place. But even their smoked meat is freaking amazing. And Schwartz's Deli is one of the oldest in town. It's an institution here, so I'm going to go get some smoked meat up in me. But last night, I had some smoked meat at Dunn's Famous, I think it's called, in downtown. You know, a lot less charming neighborhood than this. It's a lot more skyscrapers and steel and metal and glass, and kind of a soulless neighborhood. But there's one part that is very soulful in the scariest way, and that's Dorchester Square. I happened to walk across it last night. I was going from a pub to to Dunn's, to the smoked meat place, and I walked across this park, and it was a dismal, rainy night. Not a lot of people out, but especially on this square, Dorchester Square, it was a perfectly lovely little park, little square, but people seem to be kind of avoiding it. And I walked across it, and I'm not going to say I saw anything or heard anything, but I just got a weird feeling. I just got a funny feeling, like I wasn't supposed to be there, and I kind of walked a little faster than usual. And it's just one of these places where you want to get away from extra quick. So today I decided to look up haunted places here in Montreal, and that was at the top of the list. So apparently, Dorchester Square in downtown, which is now this lovely little park, it's a mass cemetery from the cholera outbreak in the 1830s. And I guess there are 70,000 skeletons buried under that park. So it is this mass grave, and people who died a terrible death of cholera, suffering. And some of those people were buried alive. Back in the day, I guess they would medicate people with opium. And so some of those patients were given opium. They thought they had died. And they buried them alive under that park. So people say that they hear prayers muttered. They see orbs floating around. I didn't hear or see any of that, but I definitely got a funny feeling. I'll tell you that. It's a very kind of a dark vibe there. So I'm glad to be here on my way to the old Jewish quarter of Montreal to get some delicious smoked meat. I'll check in with you after I've filled my belly. And maybe we'll take a look at another haunted spot, Mount Royal, where they say there's the ghost of an old Scottish fur baron. But for now, just walk around this lovely neighborhood.